Hey, morning. So the journey continues, yeah? Your journey also. And every day there's new things and time is flying, yeah? Well, there's many things I like to share, and I'm developing how to share it with you. But one of the things is, of course, the direct YouTube videos, which is a lot easier for me than to write emails and to add a lot of things on the website. So these days the journey continues, of course, for all of us, also for you. And I am a bit more last weeks like stimulating my intuition, and that's a whole thing, a whole topic, of course. And there's so many things to share on that, because as I do that, a lot of things happen. So the other day I got this idea, I will put a YouTube, and then yesterday I think it came just like a flash into my brain, Gregg Braden. So I said, okay, I will listen to Gregg Braden. And of course, the first YouTube that I opened was really perfectly aligned with my thoughts train at that time. And it was, amongst other things, it was on the, what you would call the field, yeah, and the information where that is stored. And I know that Gregg and Bruce Lipton, they have a sometimes they have contact, and they have in some overlapping ideas, both scientists. And it is about that somehow the information we have access to is not in the body, yeah? It is somewhere stored in the field. And he was talking about water as one of the storage options for future, like chips, storing information using water. And well, you may know that I'm with the trees, with the energy, with other things like that. And I'm wondering why there is this peaceful flow of energy at the tree. And I was thinking especially in electromagnetic fields. But maybe water is also one of these very important elements there. And that brings me, like, there's all the time these thought change. So I could make a 1 hour video, but I have to go to the machine. But the water can be a medium. And in the since December, yeah, I took, when I had some extra days off, like presents from the world, to dive into my own journey, to dive more in this energy journey. I had a few days. So I said I go to these most valuable points that I can go to see and experience by myself from the inside how it is to meditate, how to be on those places. And I know the effects. And what happened, which is not by chance, I already saw, like, what a coincidence. Every time I went, it was 3 occasions that I went. Now I have very clear in brain 2, but I think there were 3. But that I went to such a special places, very special places. And I arrived there, and it's such uncomfortable weather conditions. 3 places I remember now, yeah. Rain, cold, wet. And I said, okay, so why is this, if I'm so perfectly timed and tuned in on my journey, and everything that I'm meeting on my way is reflecting the perfect connection with that, then why I cannot just sit down and meditate? 4 places. So, and then I already thought, like, maybe the weather influences also, and maybe the fog and the wet conditions are even better. So the universe is facilitating the conditions that I may experience even a more profound effect at those energy points. So it was a knot of ley lines, one of the most powerful in Europe, apparently. It was an area where there was which I think must also be important knot, but I don't know it. but there was a like this megalithic site and other graves from megalithic periods. There was a second one. A third one was in a very special knot of ley lines, very potential high, facilitating a high frequency in the south of Spain the other day. It was really awful weather. And then the other day was here in Germany at a tree, a very beautiful tree, and I could sit in the shade, the rain shade of the tree. It was marvelous. But so maybe this water, coming back to the water, so if water is such an important medium for storage and for transport, and the information that we have is not in our brain, it's not in our body, it's somewhere out there, it is out there in the field, then this, of course, is the question. You cannot so easily connect with that field, and you can learn and you can develop how to connect with that field. That's why some people can read your mind. Yeah, that's why some people can see the future. I think maybe they don't see the future. Maybe there's also the people that see the future, but a lot of information that I get, that I hear from people, is that they know which events are going to happen that are triggered by other persons. Yeah, so if maybe they have a way how to connect with the other persons, so they know their thoughts. Yeah, so if you can connect with the thoughts of others, yeah, then and so where's the information from the thoughts? Yeah, so supposedly we have a mechanism that we are like an antenna, and we have this information and we connect with that, and like that we can connect, or some people can connect with the information of others. So maybe water is also a very important medium, and maybe so at the sea it feels very pleasant, and apart from the ions, maybe also there's a high humidity. Yeah? And then at the trees, of course, there's a lot of water as well. And then if you have the humid, wet conditions, there is water. So this was one of the many thought strains I had, and I wanted to share with you. Oh, but now I'm at the machine, so I will continue the job here. Okay, bye.